How you doing? I'm Steve Borgovini, and I'm here at Big Blue North Recording Studio with my good friend Jeff Fatterman. Jeff.
Hello.
Hi. So I've brought my latest album here, the demos of the songs that I've recorded. I brought it here for Jeff to listen to and tell me, basically in this wonderful room with all this wonderful gear, what needs to be done as far as the sound and what things have to be retracked. And he's a mixer, an engineer. He tracks. He basically does it all, and he has it all. And so he's had a chance to hear the songs, and so you realize it's like, from listening to the songs, that it's kind of a journey, and CC starts off really dark, and then there's a transformation into kind of a lighter kind of place. Stuck here sitting on the side of this pool, afraid to dive in for fear I'll drown.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. It's the morning.
Our history of playing in bands together and the type of music that we did, a lot of the stuff we did was conceptual, and a lot of the bands and the cover songs we played were bands that did conceptual things, and so
Yeah.
I realized that that's kind of where I'm coming from as far as
Yeah.
this whole concept element and the story and the transformation.
It's not a rock opera, but it's a it comes from that place.
Yeah, there's a story happening, and what's really cool is like some of the songs, especially when Cece's going through the transformation, that are a little more ethereal. This room that you have is just so perfect.
Yeah, well, like for those that aren't aware of where the facility is, an old church. It's got a pretty sizable live room. I always forget the dimensions, but it's something like 40 by 40, and there's I think there's 35 feet is the ceiling. So it's a big room, old style, like Capitol, RCA, those types of big rooms where bands would, or artists would get together in a room and play, and it allows for obviously more people to be in there. But the sort of more important aspect is the sound of that space.
Yeah.
And this building was built in an era when public address systems were either really terrible or didn't exist. It was built in 1926. So, like an old theater, it was built for acoustics in a way.
Yeah, and you can tell when you're in the room. You can tell.
The materials used, they're individual strips of fur on and on. You could never build a building like this in this day and age.
And the gear that you have in the control room, especially the Neve console. I've been in a lot of studios in New York, and they'll have one thing. You have two things of that one thing here.
I have a weird thing with pairs.
I guess so because you have more than what's needed or what's considered state of the art.
Well, I think some of that is because I'm crazy, but some of that is because we want to be able to cater to sort of anybody such as yourself or who wants to come in and take their work to another place and have just a bunch of tools laying around. This is all they're just colors on the palette.
Yeah.
And you want some sky blue and some magenta and some we got some of that, what I mean? Or you want just some straight up red,
Right.
We got that too.
I'm really excited because we're going to spend some time together, and we haven't in a while.
That's great. 3 pop filters. When one won't do, 3 always. Oh, that's so awesome.
It's good to be able to hang out with you
Absolutely.
And your wife Pam, and do some really good work and make a dream of mine come true. And I want to thank you for that.
It means a lot to me. It's a nice. This guy was one of the first guys that ever really kind of made me believe that I could do music for a living, and so I'm forever indebted to him for that. So
Thanks.
it's my pleasure,
Right on.
really, truly.